welcome to another exciting evening of Northern Premier Hockey League Saturday night action. Tonight we're at the Paul J. Yakubuski Arena in Madawaska Valley as the Barry's Bay Wolves host the South Grenville Rangers for the first time in their franchise history. South Grenville looking to do something that nobody's been able to do this year. Cost Barry's Bay back-to-back losses this season. Every single time they've lost, they've come back with a win. And also do something that only 4 other teams have done since the inception of the Barry's Bay Wolves into the Northern Premier Hockey League, and that's beat them on home ice. Their record is an astounding 22 and 4 on home ice. I'll have to check that. I'm pretty sure it is. 22 and 4 on home ice, and it's just absolutely amazing. That's dating back to the playoffs as well, where they went 3-0 last year, and this year on the road. I mean, they're a club that's actually 500 over their career, and that's because of the road. Last year they were 9-1 at home and 1-9 on the road, and that's specifically, they say, because of the journey. I mean, they don't say it, sorry, I say it. Because of the travel. It was difficult to get a full squad a lot of the nights, and on home ice they are incredibly dominant. They're confident here, comfortable here. I mean, with that backdrop, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but who wouldn't be in this arena? They have great fans. It's going to be great action as well. We've got 7 games around the league tonight, and we'll keep you updated on all of them. And Barry's Bay as well will have 3 of their first 4 games in January. Will be scheduled for those 2. And we're excited for this game. James is on hand with all the technical aspects you'll see tonight. Myself, Billy Bull, doing the play-by-play. Barry's Bay and the South Grenville Rangers. So we'll just do the warm-up. I'll blather on for a little while, and we'll get you tuned up for this epic battle between 2 great clubs. Hello everyone and welcome again. I'm Billy Bull. I'll be doing your play-by-play alongside my trusted colleague and son James Bull. We'll be doing all the technical aspects you'll see this evening. We did have the game from last weekend we wanted to post in the first intermission and after the pre-game, but we had some problems getting it up. And
rendering it right now.
Pardon?
It's rendering right now.
It's rendering right now. So is it really?
Yeah.
You're going to try and put it into the thing?
Yeah, it's already at 74.
Oh, wow. Okay, James may have it up actually for possibly after the pregame and for the first intermission. We just like to give you something to watch while you're in the intermissions. But at any rate, it's the first time these 2 clubs meet. Oh, James, get Cole's mask if you can. The goal for South Grenville, number 1 right here. Look at that beauty of a mask. If you can see it there, folks, it's looks like a tribute to Felix the Cat Potvin. I don't think he's going to be in goal tonight. It looks like it's going to be the young lad there, Provost, Jordan Provost. He had a great game last night. He'll be in net for South Grenville, and for Barry's Bay, I'm expecting Ethan Lipensky. He's been 3-2 on the year with a .460 goals against an .880 save percentage. He has been absolutely terrific, but so is Sean Green. He's been fantastic as well, so we'll see who's in for them tonight. But like I say, it's their first meetings of their franchise's history as Barry's Bay moved over to this conference and right now sit just behind the Shawville Pontiacs with a game in hand. They have 2 games in hand on the Manotick Mariners, and Madawaska Valley sits at 4-3. South Grenville sitting at 3-7. They played 11 games compared to Barry's Bay's 7. So they're in the same conference, just not in the same division. Madawaska Valley in the Pioneer and the South Grenville Rangers in the Frontier. I was saying in the brand opening was Barry's Bay. They haven't lost 2 in a row all season. They're 1 game above 500, but they have not lost 2 in a row all season. They've always counterpunched with a really good second game after a defeat. So we'll see if after their loss last weekend to Manotick, an 8-3 final last Saturday night, if that can inspire them to get the big W here tonight against South Grenville. And South Grenville coming off a huge win last night in an 11-6 final over the Arn Prior Rivermen. And that was just in last night's game. There's only 3 tilts in total last night, but tonight there's 7. And we'll make sure that we have you updated before we get into the second period. And maybe I can have a couple of updates for you before the first period starts as well, but we'll see about that. Oh, it's starting to get a little choppy. It must be because it's rendering, folks, but that'll straighten itself out. And again, South Grenville, they started off the season 2-0, but then dropped 8 straight before winning, like I say, last night over Arn Prior. So they do have it in them to be a contending club, and there was a lot of buzz around the league about how well they were doing and how fire ready they were. And Barry's Bay went out last year, in the offseason, and picked up a bunch of really great hockey players. But in their lineup tonight, they've stacked it. Tyson, number 10, Tyson Thomasinen. He's a new addition to the hockey club. And the couple games that we've been here this year, he really put on a great show. Cody McNaughton, he's a new addition to the hockey club. He's second in team scoring in 7 games. He has 4 goals and 6 assists, and he's really made his mark. Blake Menard, a goal and 7 assists on the back end. He's just below Kelly Summers, their captain. Watch him, number 27. And if you're not used to the channel, if you're not used to the games that we do out here in Barry's Bay, number 27, Kelly Summers, is considered one of the best defensemen in the entire Northern Premier Hockey League. He does it where it almost looks effortless, and it really can be trickery for the opposition, because they look like he looks like he's in first gear, and all of a sudden he's by him in overdrive. And he's an offensive defenseman with Nicholas Lidstrom type defensive abilities. He's not a mean and wild defenseman in that way. They leave that up to Rook is a really tough defenseman, and Stay can be incredibly tough, and a lot of the boys here, they're quite a well-rounded hockey club. And another guy from last year is Jared Stay. I'm not 100% sure if he's in the lineup tonight. I'm going to check the card again. So there's some changes in South Grenville's from what I had seen earlier. But Jared Stay, 8 goals and 6 assists in 6 games played for 14 points, averaging 2.3 points a game, and a couple game winners. He is leading the charge for them this season, which is, it's just like he was last season. Brett McKenzie, a guy for Barry's Bay who had an incredible playoff run for the Wolves, leading the charge along with Kelly and the boys, but he was incredible this year. He started off in 7 games, 3 goals and 7 assists, so he's doing a great job as well. Ethan Pegg, 3 goals and 3 assists for 6 points. I could go through the lineup here, but I will throughout the game. And for South Grenville, their leading scorer, Royden Stufko, 10 games, 7 goals and 7 assists. Just behind him is Brandon Gilmore in 8 games, 7 goals, 5 assists. And Sean Kern, 6 goals and 4 assists in 11 games. They have a high-powered club that just have not hit their stride completely yet this season. And when they do, it's going to be, it's going to be something that everyone had better be wary of. Let me tell you that. Just give me 2 seconds, folks. I'm back. And yeah, I know there's only a couple people in here, but like, share, and subscribe if you can for MPHL Central.
NPHL Central.
And we'll get as many people in here as we possibly can. As I said in the opening as well, another huge thing is Barry's Bay's home record sitting at 22 wins and 4 losses. They went back to their first season, their playoffs, and up until now. And it's incredible how dominant they are here in Paul Yakubuski Arena. They just find a way to win. And we'll see if they can do that again here against South Grenville. Looks like it may be Sean Green here. But Ethan Lipinski was the first one off the ice. Some teams do it differently. Some teams do it where the goalie who's going to be starting in that game comes off the ice first, and the other one stays in the net for the scrum. But Ethan Lipinski sitting at center ice, and we'll get that for you here relatively soon. Your starting goaltenders are. And a lot of the Wolves coming off the ice here in their nice blacks, and the Rangers have a beauty-looking New York Rangers style jerseys, Kitchener Rangers style jerseys. I just love them. So it's going to be an epic battle here tonight. And we are excited to bring it to you. And also, you will probably see in the slides, James got it up before the game, the All-Star game, or the Outlaw Tournament, sorry, that'll be on the 24th to May the 2nd. It's going to be a, I'm so excited for that. It should be just amazing. And the All-Star game from Tweed is just around the corner, January 17th. Get your tickets now because they will be going fast. So a lot going on here tonight, and we will try and keep you updated as the game goes along and as the scores start to ring in from around the league. So, and also, actually, yeah, there was a new development. You betcha, there was a new development. We have Barry's Bay games January the 2nd and the 3rd and the 9th as well. So be ready for that. And in all January, we'll try and load up a bunch more games as well. We've got Lindsay and Durham, and I think Deserano we may have coming up as well soon. So stay tuned for all that stuff as well. Down to 2-minute warning here from Barry's Bay. I know it might be a little bit choppy, but we are rendering that highlight reel clip, and we'll get that done before the first period is underway. So thanks for tuning in, folks. As they clear the ice here, we'll have a little break. I'll see if I can get some of the scores from around the league. There's only a few going on right now. I'll just give you the names of the teams that are going on tonight, actually, as they clear the ice. Alvinston Killer Bees sitting at 9-2-0. First place playing against the Stratford Irish. They're 7-3-1. The North Dundas Rockets and their forever rivals, their South Stormont Mustangs, they are playing tonight. Shawville Pontiac 7-1. They're playing against the Akwesasne Wild 3-5-2. They've got such a killer team over there. They just have not been able to get on the right foot by playoff time. You bet that they will be. The Smith Falls Ritos 8-1-1, first in the league against the 1-10 Tamworth Sabres. Halton Hills Coyotes, they're playing against the Tilbury Bluebirds. And the Poggin Falls Rapids playing the Manatee Mariners. Mariners still unbeaten, 9-0 this season. They have been just rolling. They've actually beat North Dundas, giving them their only loss this season. And the Wellington County Royals 2-7-1 against the Lindsay Barn Cats. And we'll have you updated on all those games here relatively soon. No problem. So we'll be right back, folks. We'll leave everything up until everyone clears the ice. But my voice is done for now. We'll be back soon with the first period of South Grenville Rangers versus the Barry's Bay Wolves. Don't go anywhere. and above, you are witnessing an incredible Home cooking. That's what's on the table tonight. The Madawaska Valley Wolves love it back here at the Paul Yakabuski Arena. A career record in this beautiful barn for the black and red, 22-4. The opposition hates coming in here. It's loud, it's rambunctious, and these are a passionate group of fans, let me tell you. And that adds to not only the atmosphere, but the giddy up and go for the Barry's Bay Wolves. And that record right there shows it. Last year, they went 3-0 in this arena in the playoffs. And this season, they're again undefeated in their 3 games in front of their hometown faithful here in Wilno and Combermere, surrounding this beautiful area. And we're excited to bring it to you on NPHL Central. My name's Billy Bowl. I'll be doing the play-by-play for you. And James Bowl, my trusted colleague and son, behind the camera, doing all the technical aspects you will see here tonight. Trying to get if the stream is not perfect, we will have it up maybe tonight. The recorded version, so it'll be absolutely perfect. So until then, we will get ready to send it down to ringside for our O Canada between the South Grenville Rangers and the Madawaska Valley Wolves. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Another beautiful rendition of our O Canada from the beautiful Paul Yakabuski Arena in Madawaska Valley. 2 clubs on the reach for the top. Barry's Bay really just starting their season. This is game number 8, sitting at 4-3. And for South Grenville, they're sitting at 3-7-1. They put out Jordan Provost 2-6-1 with a 587 goals against and an 871 save percentage. At the other end of the ice, Ethan Lipensky 3-2-0 with a 450 goals against and an 880 save percentage. And this game is underwell. Campbell fires it up, and that's drilled in by Peg behind the net for Provost. That comes back to the point to Campbell. Campbell shoots it through, and a stop by Provost. Back to him again. This time he'll fire one, looking for a redirect in front. And Knapp will go into the corner to pick that puck up. Sent rink wide, and they're out. They'll dump it into the corner. Ryan was there first, but Campbell will get it in that corner. And he'll start it up in behind his own zone. Great crowd on hand. Campbell head up the whole way, trying to find an opening. He'll sift that one over to the left side from Brett McKenzie. Rink wide pass, looking to go back to the point. And he'll shovel it along the wall. Stay, their leading point getter this season. That pass will connect, one-handing it, trying to give himself some room in the corner and being thwarted on that opportunity. Chevrier for the Rangers, and that's dumped down the ice, and that will go for an icing. Our first of the game.
This is not.
Draw to the right, Provost. Back to the point, Rook will shoot that. And it won't get all the way through. The point again, redirect in front, and Provost was there to make the save on that one. And that'll go up and into the rafters.
And they'll bring it down for the face-off. It's like an equipment issue. 62, Ryan Lapine. Face off inside the zone to the left of Provost. Out on the ice, McNaughton, their heavy sniper. He's got Lapine with him. Will go in behind the net. Rangers will try and start this back up the ice. Ames couldn't move that fast enough, and the Barry's Bay Wolves will take over. McDonald trying to give his man a shot, but the puck will get up and through center. Murphy going after Menard. Couldn't take it away from him. Rook in behind the net. Looking up off the wall to Lapine. Lapine, he'll shovel that through center. McDonald squirts in between his legs. To the right side, and the Rangers trying to find a lane out, but Barry's Bay's forecheck is on point right now, let me tell you. Pass over. Little play again, McNaughton. Nice move to go around the D, but he couldn't. A great defensive play there by Nelson Smith. That's back out through center, and they'll just shovel it into the zone. Sean Kearns. And Barry's Bay will make a line change as well. That's out through center, and a good avoidance there. Head up the whole way, or he was getting tattooed. A rink-wide pass. The Rangers are in. Nice move to go around them. And a good defensive play by one of the best in the biz, Devin Campbell. And that's sent off the wall and out through center. Trying to put a move on the D and sends it on goal, and Provost is better for that one. Nice save there, and he'll hold on for the whistle. To the left side. Into the slot. That goes back to the point. The shot through. Scores! Barry's Bay on top early. Jordan Ryan from the point, and that finds the back of the net. The howl when it starts. Some games it doesn't stop. What a shot that was. Through a screen. Nobody saw it except for the twine. And Barry's Bay is up early. We've been here for games where Barry's Bay gets off to an early lead and they start running away here at home. South Grenville will hope to stop the flood. It's along the wall and shoveled back around to the other side there by Toulan. The blue line and out off the glass and sent back to which it came. Lipinski in behind the net. He'll play it along the wall. Trying to find out who that masked man is there for the Barry's Bay Wolves, and that's steered up and into the mesh. 16:41 to go here in the first, and it's 1-0 Barry's Bay. I hope you're enjoying it at home, folks. Again, James will have the, what do you call it, James? The recorded version? The recorded version, which will be absolutely smooth this evening. And he is trying to get this working as well to get that. What a hit along the wall, and that went back to the point, and it goes back into the South Grenville zone. The neutral zone and in the corner for Quentin Rook. Now there's a guy, I was talking pregame about a mean defenseman, and I'm telling you, is definitely one of them. Brett McKenzie, a sift past to stay. They are a dangerous pair when they're on the ice together. Lapine, he'll throw that in behind the net, and Provost will come out to play it. McKenzie tried to chop it back to the point. Lapine, he'll kick that into the corner. McKenzie sees it at the last second and takes his man into the boards. Look back to the point, goes to stay, back to the point again. Quentin Rook fires it through the redirect in front and just missed the short side. Stay throws it in behind the net, and the Rangers will send that down, and they could have caught him, but Lapine is a quick man. The shot, and he'll roll that puck up and in behind the net, chipped off the boards, and Gilmore in his own zone will try and start it back up again. The little play over to Broyden Stuffco, and that was knocked down by Quentin Rook. Rook doesn't like what he saw, tried to send it through the middle. Gets right on that loose puck again, turns it over, a big chance early, nice pass over, waits, and scores! The captain, Broyden Stuffco, stuffs it home. And the Rangers respond with his 8th of the season. And it's 1-1. Quentin Rook, at the end of a long shift, he tried to get it up through center. His two wingers were up there and ready to go. And he just couldn't get it past that, the two forecheckers for the Rangers. And it ends up in the back of the net. One for the Rangers, and they're in. Murphy is hit hard by Quentin Rook. Try to send it out in front. That bounces wide. Goes into the corner. Trying to rough him up a little bit there to get the puck back. Kicked along the wall. McDonald trying to send it in behind the net. That's picked up by Kearns. Kearns the pass over. Set at the blue line. The shot. Look for the redirect. And it missed the intended receiver, and it'll come all the way back to the Rangers zone. That's knocked down outside the zone. And that's going to not be an icing or an offside. Out through center again. Gallant skating in on the left side, driving to the net, but he's knocked off the puck in front of the net. Menard knocked him off the opportunity to go to the net. Quentin Rook into the corner. They will win that battle. Lapine, the backhand pass to McDonald. McDonald tried the how's she going. Menard follows up, and he'll send that short side and wide. Lapine will leave that. Flicked, and that hits a boot. The Rangers counter. They'll sift it into the corner and make a wholesale change. Sends it around to the near side here. Off the stick and in behind the net. Trying to set it up and go back the other way. And that's sent down the ice, and it'll go for an icing. I do apologize to number 91 because I keep getting your name wrong. It's not on my score sheet here. Into the Barry's Bay zone, to the right of Ethan Lipinski. Lipinski was unbelievable in the playoffs for Barry's Bay last season. He was absolutely phenomenal. We'll see how brilliant he can be in this one. He's had a great season as well. I mean, Green's done a great job as well. Van Schubert as well is another goalie that they have in Barry's Bay, and he was outstanding. What a pass! And it was just out of his reach. And the Rangers looked to counter again. Ripped it around the wall. That's to the half boards and out. Schroeder through center. Pass ahead to Leou. Shot and a great defensive play by Devin Campbell. And he'll pick that puck up and go in behind the net and safely bring it out of his own zone. With speed as always, one of the fastest in the league, Devin Campbell. Across that line, ripped it, and it just missed the far side with that speed, and he's got a great shot as well. Great defensive, big hitter. He's a 5-tool athlete, if you've ever seen one. In NPHL, like Kalai Watson, ooh, an opportunity there for Stay to get outside of his zone, in behind enemy lines, along the half wall. And in behind the net, Watson giving McKenzie all he can handle. He threw it out in front of the net. It goes back to Alliard. Sent through the redirect, just missed the far side. And Campbell, he took a huge hit and knew it, but he got it away from the danger area. The Rangers, the pass over into the slot. That's thwarted, and a 2-minute minor coming. I think it's to the Rangers for high sticking in front of the net. The crowd loves that. Great. Hey, how are you?
You betcha.
Of course, yeah.
Quick shout out to Nolan's Plumbing. Thanks for sponsoring the game. Thanks for being a member of the team.
Nolan's Plumbing. Well, you can't have these games without excellent sponsors, and there's one of them right there. Cross-rink pass for McKenzie. Into the corner and back out behind the net. Stay will grab that and throw it back to Lapine. Lapine straddles the blue line. He'll throw that over to Devin Campbell just out of his reach. And that's backhanded to the blue line. and in to the corner. They'll set it up again. Nice play there. He avoided the hit. It's not a hip check. He was just avoiding it. He went bum over tea kettle, as they say. To the top of the circle. Stay ripped it. And a stop by Provost, and he'll hold on for the face-off. I think they may be having some issues with the internet in the building because I can't get an update on the game. Like, it's not that I'm getting updates on all the other games but this one, so I'm just trying to find out 91's number. I'm gonna have to go in there and ask him. The draw from McKenzie, he'll kick that over to Stay. Stay, he'll throw it back to Lapine. He'll look to Campbell. Campbell sends it to the top of the dot to Stay. Dangerous guy to have that puck. Lapine. He'll walk in, hands free, over, shoots and scores! What a beautiful pass, and Cody McNaughton, the recipient, will get his 5th of the season. What a beautiful power play, and if you can believe it, folks, Barry's Bay's power play percentage is only a 6%, and when you look at the guys they have in their lineup and what they just did, you would never ever guess that is what their power play numbers are, but they've just been, as teams get at times, snake bitten early on in the season. And as they get playing more and more, and hopefully more games collected together, they'll be able to find their footing and pump that number up. 2-1, we're just closing in on the halfway point of the first period. And as always, this is an excellent crowd. We'll get James to get a shot of the crowd at some point here tonight. Barry's Bay comes out in droves for their mates. In behind the net, Quentin Rook. The puck hopped on him for a second there, but he has calm patience. And that's sent up through the middle and chipped along the wall. Good play there to get it in behind the net. The Rangers look to move it along the half wall. Quentin Rook throws that on net like a bullet, and that was stopped by the Ranger D. Back in behind the net, you've seen Rook have a little head look up. Menard was back there. Nice slash on Menard, but I guess he must have hit all wood on that one. Menard, he sends that up, and they were looking for too many men, but that was a perfect line change for the Wolves. Sent into the corner, and Knapp is the first Ranger to get there. 10-10 remaining here in the first period, and a great play by McNaughton almost resulted in an offensive chance. He's out there with McDonald as well. Andrew McDonald at center picks that off, sends it over to McNaughton, and he tried to send in Lapine on a break. Ethan Lipinski will leave that for Lapine. The back pass to Menard. They look up ice and send a sauce right to Andrew McDonald. McDonald looking for Lapine, just got a tape on it, and breaks up that offensive rush. But they're back in again. Cody McNaughton on the right side. Looking for a drop pass. He'll fake it and send it right in front of the net. McDonald throws it back to Lapine, but McNaughton was there, and it got all befuddled and went back to the point now, and they'll restart this play. Quentin Rook, who sent it in. The Rangers will try and get it out, but Lapine again, the point, sends it over. They're trying to get back to a 3-1 lead this time. Open it up to a 2-goal differential. Looking back to the point, and he can't convert. But they'll move it over. Chance now. The shot and a kick save right in the middle of the ice. Goodfellow will send that into the zone. And one guy who you do not see is Kelly Summers. I did not get the note. I don't see him out on the ice. I think maybe he was the one that said he was suspended. That can't be right. It's a pass into the neutral zone. Big opportunity there for a hit for Devin Campbell. And Lipinski will hold on for the face-off. Draw one back to the top of the circle. Sent over to Allard. He couldn't keep it in. Drill it around the wall. Lipinski leaving it for Devin Campbell. Campbell scampers out of his own zone. He's always got speed behind him. That's chipped in. And Campbell, the first man there, he started the play and tried to finish it as Saracen chipped it in. And they went for a dump and chase. Good lift there. And coming in on the right side there. And it was Toulan who thought better, as big number 5 Jordan Ryan had him sized up at the blue line. Devin Kent. I'll tell you, Barry's Bay's back end, their defense is outrageous. Every single time I name one of the players, I mean, you've got Ryan Enright, Campbell, Kelly Summers, again, not in the lineup, Rook. It's just very much high talent on the defensive end, and they all can produce offensively. And that is going to be a hand pass and be brought down just outside the zone. That's my phone. That's just my phone doing that. The pass over. Fanned on it was Knapp. Sent back the other way. Stay. He'll send that over to Rook. Menard, he'll meet it on the far side. Looks up to McKenzie. A little touch patch there to Stay, and he almost met that in flight. Chip back up. Stay there. Throws it in behind the net, and Provost, he'll get there first. 7 minutes remaining here in the first period. Barry's Bay getting out to a 2-1 lead and have controlled a lot of the period, but South Grenville has come on in the second half of this to push back against the Wolves on their home ice. Chipped out and in. Stuffco, their leading scorer. Shot, the rebound opportunity, and a great defensive play. Rook again. McKenzie across the blue line. Sifts a pass over to Stay. Stay knocks it down, but he couldn't complete it. Stuffco, the captain and leader of this club, crossed the line, tried to get it over to Gilmore, and he couldn't complete that one. The Wolves are out, and it's McKenzie leading the charge on this one. Stay getting out of some danger. Over, ripped a low shot for a tip. It was deflected. The far side of the slot. Stay picks it up. They'll send it back, and that's going to be there for Quentin Rook. He throws it over, and that is the Rangers picking it off. Backhand pass, trying to get it across, and he couldn't complete it. Ames was hollering for it. It was just fanned on. Let's try there by opportunity. McNaughton shoots it, and he just fired it far side and wide. Rook in behind the net. Back to him again. He'll send a long shot through with a screen in front. Back again around to the other side. Andrew McDonald fighting away in front of that net. Digging in near the blue paint. Fires a long pass up, and Quentin Rook will pick that one up again. He's been busy on this shift. Throws it over, was Lapine to McNaughton. Throws it in front of the net, hit the defenseman in the foot, didn't know where it was. Sneaking up behind him was Andrew McDonald in front of the net. McNaughton almost given a gift. And they'll battle along the wall, and a penalty coming to, it looks like, Barry's Bay. A hook to McDonald. Does not believe it should be him, but I think he's going to. I didn't see it. I was watching along the wall, and I think it was in front of the net. And yeah, it's going 2 minutes to Andrew McDonald for a hook. To the right, to the point, and set up now for the Rangers. Smith back across, shot through, knocked down, and a break here for the Wolves. On goal, can't get around him, and he's knocked off the puck. Smith holding him up in front of that net, and the Rangers are out. The speedy Stuffco across that blue line, snap a shot. A great defensive play there by Ryan to thwart that opportunity. Rangers in their own zone. Minute and 25 remaining here in the power play. Smith behind his net. They are not in any hurry. They want to set it up properly here. A pass over just out in front of Stuffco. Boy, he's got some great speed. And you can almost guarantee if he's available, he'll be in the All-Star game coming up on the 17th of January. Rangers trying to move it out. They'll get to the blue line and move in with good speed. Trying to send it back to the point. Cross over to Robertson. He looks up. Sends it down into the corner. Van Leeuwen Van Leeuwen throwing it in behind the net, looking to fire it out in front of the net. Definitely a great play by Devin Campbell. Shot from the point, a nice save. The rebound's bouncing in front, and a great play there to send that 200 feet by Quentin, or Ethan Pegg, I guess that was. Rangers in their last moments of this power play with 20 seconds to go. Goodfellow backing the D up, but another blocked shot. Lapine looks up. He realizes the penalty's almost over, waiting for help, and it's Devin Campbell wheeling in. He does get there first, but Provost in behind the net. A little bit of a swat in the app there for Campbell. He's looking to give it back to Knapp, and the penalty is over. We're 5 aside for the last 3 minutes of this period. McNaughton knocks a stick out of Gallant's hand. That's sent up. Leeuwen looking for the drop pass. No, he'll try and shoot it through Quentin Rook. And they have really, Nolan Rook, they've really dominated in the block shot department here in the early going in this one. The pass over, D for the Rangers. Knapp sends it back, and he'll miscue on that one. Ripped it along the wall, down into their own neutral zone there. Their own area of the ice was covered, full of Wolves. McNaughton toe dragged the shot, and a good defensive play there to thwart that opportunity. Back to the point, set up. Fired through. That's got to be the 15th block shot of this first period for the love of Pete. Ripped through and deflected wide. Menard will catch it on the half wall. He'll send that towards the net. Count that as 16. And that's sent off the glass, and it's going to go 200 feet for an icing. Draw to the right. One back to the point. Sent over to Lapine. Hit along the wall. Stay. Holding on to that puck. Sends it into the slot area. Off the glass, the blue line. And Stay now. He'll try and move around him. He will. He'll get in. He'll shoot it up and over the net. That'll be rung around and out of the zone. Coming back to get that one is Ryan Lapine. Sent over and back. Minute 33 remaining. A big hit right here in front of us. Oh yeah. A bit of swatting going on here right in front of us. Nothing will come of it. I think 2 coincidental minors. Lapine stepping into that one, a little chuckle. It's one over. And Menard will scamper out through center. Dump it in, and Smith there first. And McDonald on him quickly. Kearns was out of the zone, and it's a 2-on-1 as he pinched in. Murphy tried to send it over. That play's broken up. Kearns gets across the blue line, and they're into the zone. 1 minute remaining here in the first. Lapine tried to get it past Smith. He made a nice defensive play to keep it inside the zone. And Lapine now, a pass over, just out of the reach of Menard. Allard throwing it around to Murphy. Murphy hit along the wall by McDonald. Lapine pinches in to try and help out. Trying to get it in deep inside the zone. Good hit there by McDonald. They're roughing it up pretty good. 4 South Grenville Rangers trying to move it out. The referees have had enough, and they'll blow it dead. I'll try and get you updated on all the games around the league, folks. If I can get the update in this game, it would be amazing. Shots on goal, even. That's sent out in the dying seconds of this period. Stuffco trying to go around Devin Campbell. Stuffco got there first, tried to send it in front of the net. Straight out through Stay. Brett McKenzie telling them head up. They're right there. 10 seconds remaining. Schroeder fakes the shot. Slip that one out through center, and that's going to end the first period. A great back and forth battle between these two great clubs. So, James, do you have it ready to go? The highlight package? All right.
So, I did not have time to adjust the frame of it and the volume, so when I play it, I'm going to have to do that in real time, so it might be loud. Just a second.
Good man. Greatly appreciated, son. Big time. Great work in getting it done quickly. And after one period, 2-1 for Barry's Bay. We'll be back right after this, folks. Don't go anywhere. And above, you are witnessing an incredible spectacle. And I'm very privileged to be along for the ride and be your voice for this league. And we're underway. Taylor Best cuts into the middle, passes it over, backhand stop, the rebound's there. They can't put it home. Bickle shoots, scored! He banked it in off Adam Wisco from in behind the net. And Bickle pops it home, and it's 1-0 early for the break up that play. And it's sent along the glass and out through center. Trying to get it over the blue line. And around to the other side. O'Donnell took a huge hit there. And he sent that over to Jeffers, who's got speed. And he's in on goal. The shot and a stop by Wisco again. Off the blocker. He's been busy early. Jeffers taking control. He shoots and scores, and it's 2-0 Durham. Holy Dinah, indeed. Austin Jeffers, that's his second goal of the season. This is his 10th game played. And my goodness, that was his shift right there, coast to coast. Got the shot up. Wisco stopped him the first time. He came right back out in front of the net and fired at blocker side. And it's 2-0 Durham early on in this one. Across the line now. Nice move through the slender. Chance in a backhand and scores! Lindsay responds right away, and it's 2-1 now Durham. Avoiding a huge hit coming across the trolley tracks. A neat little play and a backhand goal. And it looked like Chris Porter, the recipient of that one. Another mascot there, and that's back to the point though. Shot through redirected. Pegs in there, secure. Gordy can't win that draw. Mackenzie Smith in behind the net. That's in behind him. Chance down low in front of the net, and he scores! Brendan Wise on a beauty little play, and the Lindsay Barncats take over on a miscue inside of the Durham Hawks zone, and they've tied this game at 2 with 12:39 to go here in the second period. That right there, folks, is what the forecheck will do for you. Make you make a rushed play inside your own zone because you know you're going to get hit, and it results in turnovers more often than not. Causes that too many times in the game. We're at about half a dozen already in this one. That's flipped off the glass by Noyes. He'll receive that puck again. Noyes in, looking to go to the net. Noyes behind the net, look for a wrap. And a great play by Jeffers to thwart that opportunity. A chance there. Another stop by Horn. Jeffers, he sees an opening with 3 Barncats in behind the net, below the hash marks. He's across the blue line, the shot. Wisco stops that one. Flipped out, Best, toe drag, look for the backhand, back to the point. Rhino now, he can be lethal. Send that in behind the net to Best. Looking to Bickle in front, shoots and scores! Brian Bickle right in the slot, his second of the game. A great play by Taylor Best. And Durham regains that 3-2, that 1-goal lead, and it's now 3-2. Great work in behind the net by Taylor Best. And Bickle, the recipient, right on the doorstep, behind the net to Reinhold. Throw that to Betts. Back to the blue line. The shot, Lemke, off the glass. Hit along the half wall into the slot, and they'll drill it down the ice, and that'll kill the first minute of this power play. Stephen Horn trying to play that up. That will get to no one a chance. On goal. Shoots and scores! Short side, short-handed goal by Chris Horner. It's his second of the game, and it's a shorty that'll tie this game back up at 3. He can zoom in on the goals now with the new camera, so it's he's a busy beaver over there. He's got a lot to do, but he does a great job, big time. That's into the corner, trying to come out with it. It's flicked along the wall, and that puck is going to be sent out through center by Zach Elson in the neutral zone. And that's given away. A break, a shot, score! Lindsay takes the lead 4-3 on another turnover inside the zone. And they are going crazy here at the Lindsay Recreational Complex. Unbelievable. They will not go away. And I think it was Ryan Oliver putting that one home. Will Jones can back anybody up with that boomer of a slap shot, which he did right there, faked it. Forces Durham to back up a little bit. Gives himself a bit of room. Party, Oliver, Noyes. Baxter, he'll get it at the point. That one's sent over to Darryl Thompson. Pass rink wide. Shoots and scores! What a pass and what a goal. Unbelievable. And it's 5-3 Lindsay. A great passing play set up, and they convert. A little left of Stefan Horn. From the point, shot through stop by Horn. Spinning, throwing it back on goal. Best sends it up. It'll get to Rhino. He's got Bickle with him. Rhino shoots and scores! Andrew Reinhold fires it right off the crossbar and in. He has got one laser of a shot, and it's 5-4 now. Well, we knew it could have been a barn burner of a game. Goals are, you've got to have goals in this game. If not, it's something crazy's happened. Reinhold, Robinson, and Baker all in the top 6 in goals. Tried to fire that on, knocked a stick right out of his hand. Darren Doherty trying to go in to pick that up, but he can't. Sent over to Brian Bickle. Bickle throwing it over to Taylor Best. Taylor Best into the slot, moves around 2 guys! He shoots and scores and wants to hear it from the crowd. What a move and what a play, and Durham has tied it up with 2 very quick goals here in the second period. Holy Dinah. They'll dump it in behind the net, and Lemke is there first. Richardson giving chase, and he's knocked down. Scriver throwing it up through the middle of the ice. Bull, he's had a great game tonight. He's looking to move in, tries the turn, waits for some help, throws it back in behind the net, and Durham will set it up inside the zone. Looking back to the blue line. Scriver looking for the return pass. Lemke throwing it on goal! The tip and a goal! Durham takes back the lead 6-5 in the blink of an eye. The redirect from the point, Bull taking it inside the zone. The shot from the point from Lemke, and a beauty redirect from St. Hill. Unbelievable. Keep this rolling actually just till they clear the ice as the jawing continues between these two clubs. And we'll wait for them to clear the ice, and yeah, these two teams really, the rivalry continues, it builds, and I'll tell you this much, they do not like each other very much. It's taken them a little while to get off the ice here. Having a couple conversations, setting up some dinner reservations, and it looks like nothing's going to come of it. Yes, I just heard it over the announcements there. So we got live action. Lindsay, he's lifted. You could hear the bench hollering, he's coming. That's sifted in down low. Trying to go in there was Baxter, and he knew that hit was coming. He took it anyways and made the play. And Durham knocked down in front, scores! They get it rolling early, and they tie it 6-all, and we'll finally have a different score from the first two meetings. The third will not be a 6-5 final for Durham. It's 6-6. What a play, what a forecheck. That has been the tale of the tape tonight
And
for
Lindsay
is Robinson. He is labeled by O'Donnell. Number 52 for Durham is a mean defenseman when he gets you in that corner, let me tell you. That pass over, and Richardson with it, sifted over. He's getting another chance with it. This time he'll rifle it on goal. Horn will make the save, and his D will clear it. And that is behind enemy lines. Rhino stops up, looking, the pass, and a great play defensively, and a great play to go to the net, but Porter slowed that play. What a pass! Slot over! Scores! The Barn Cats are on top again. It's 7-6. What a great passing play, and Lindsay's crowd erupts. And that song, I just love it. Knocked down the rebound, shot blocked. Another chance on the doorstep, and he's fired in behind the net. And this is going to be a wang doodle of a finish indeed. Throws it over to Reinhold. Shoots it high up over the net. Lemke sends it around to the other side. Back to the point. Betts looking to fire a shot through that maze of players in front. Looking into the corner. Bickle tries to send it, and he does to Reinhold. Reinhold gets himself some room. Into the slot. A great defensive play there by Brad Smulders. Shoots or screen! Scores! Andrew Reinhold again comes up big for Durham. And it's 7-7 with 53 and 2/10 to go. Unbelievable. Trying to throw it back into the corner. He's going in for the give and go, but a chance for Reinhold. He's way up ice. That's sent up. And Robinson was there to lock him down. Reinhold, he still sends it around the net. Ackerman is there. 14 seconds remaining in the overtime. Ackerman getting into the slot. Ackerman knocked off the stick. 7 seconds remaining. Into the slot. Lemke! Shot! Rebound! What an unreal save by Adam Wisco! And we're going to end the overtime in a 7-7 tie. Can you believe it, folks? Wow. Okay. First guy up is Andrew Reinhold. Let's see if he can pop one here. Andrew Reinhold versus Wisco. Wisco stays right with him and makes the save. Cameron Robinson. He's the other guy right with Rhino. They have two of them here in Lindsay, and Cameron is one of them. He's in. On goal. Fakes it. Score! Cameron Robinson. Magic hands. 1-0 Lindsay. Ackerman. He has got magic mitts as well. He's got great speed. Will he utilize it here? Yes, he will. Comes in fast and furious on Wisco. Shot, and Wisco again. Stones him. Can Brad Smulders do it right here? The assistant captain for a reason. Brad Smulders picks the puck up at center, and he's in. Scores! That'll do it from Lindsay. Brad Smulders ices this game away. And the Lindsay Barn Cats, after 3 attempts, that one will be theirs. They'll have another opportunity in Durham All right, folks, one period down. I can't actually give you the summary or anything from the first period because it's not up online. So we'll try get that for you after the period or into the third maybe. But right now we've got a 2-1 lead for the Barry's Bay Wolves over the South Grenville Rangers. Dumped in on Lipinski. Campbell will stop that and move it out through center. Around a man and he's in with wheels, always flying. The backhand floats over his tape, tried to throw it out in front. Throws it off the glass, back to the point to McKenzie. He'll shoot it, hits a leg, and goes up and into the mesh. Chevrier making it to the bench for the Rangers just in time for the second draw of the period. Quentin Rook at the point, sends it through, hits a stick, goes up, and that goes into the mesh as well. Some games around the league. We've got the Killer Bees in a final. They beat the Irish 4-1. That was an early game. The Rockets leading the Mustang. That's 3-1 in the first. And the Pontiacs lead the Wild 1-0. The Sabres are down. The Ritos 4-1. Dryden Bedard tested early and often in that one. And behind the net, McKenzie sends it out to stay. That bounces all the way to the blue line, sent through, looking for a redirect. Picked up in front, shot. That one just high and wide. Rebound, a shot, and he scores! Ripped it top shelf. And Jarrett Stay, the leading point getter, gets his 9th goal of the season. That bounced right onto his tape. And Barry's Bay are coming out flying. The Rangers looked a little flat-footed early on, and that there, I mean, that's right in the hash mark area. Rifled it top shelf and beat him glove side. Face off at center. Rangers win that draw. And they'll come back the other way. The pass over. McDonald trying to garner that puck. Menard couldn't keep it in, but he makes a second effort and drills it in. McNaughton is told the last second that it is offside. He'll vacate the zone. Right wide to Kearns. Kearns across the blue line, and that is offside as his foot just got inside the Madawaska Valley zone. Bluebirds leading the Coyotes 1-0, and the Barncats, Royals, Mariners, Rapids are just getting underway. Sent back into their own zone. Provost will come out and leave it. Sent around, neutral zone, and Kearns chip that in. Lapine is there first. Kearns chases him in behind the net. Lapine, he was stick check there quite quickly. A big hit along the wall. The Wolves send that out through center. Not along the half wall here, right in front of us. Menard will pick it up and try and send it. McNaughton, it'll get to his tape, send it across ice. The Rangers look to bring it out of their own zone here and get something going. Long ice pass. They'll cross the blue line on a 3-on-2 opportunity. The pass over the shot, and he just missed it short side. McNaughton, a long ice pass. Drop pass now to Menard. Shoots, and a nice save by Provost. Great idea there to backpedal out of the zone. The Rangers are moving it quickly. Chance here and quick for the Rangers. Up ice, chance, and what a nice save by Ethan Lipinski. And a penalty coming to the Barry's Bay Wolves. 2 minutes for hooking. Ames really was giving it his all there on the far side for the Rangers. Nearly part of this one. Gilmore at the draw. trying to get this going for the Rangers. Devin Campbell coming out. Oh, they're not going to let him switch. It was too late. Gilmore with Stuffco, Knapp, Chevrier at the point. Schroeder on the right side for the Rangers. Along the half wall, Stuffco. Manhandled there. That gets the blue line and kept in by Chevrier. Knapp along the wall to Gilmore. Behind the net. And back to Gilmore again to set it up. Gilmore shoots and scores through a screen. Schroeder parked out in front, and I don't think Lipinski saw it. And it's 3-2 now. The goals keep coming. What a nice shot, top shelf. And it silences this crowd, but for how long? And if you look as well, I mean, the South Grenville Rangers is sitting at a 15% clip on the power play prior to this game. And, they'll look to improve on that, and that will help definitely right there. Pass goes astray, and it will come down 200 feet. No, they are calling it off, and Lipinski had to be sharp on that one.
Rangers goal scored by number 72, Brandon Gilmore. Assisted by
Brandon Gilmore getting credited with the goal on that one. Scrum draw. Comes back to Allard. Through a maze of players. McKenzie sends it all the way down the ice. Oh, and the icing will be negated. Sent around the boards and stay. He'll send it back to where it came from. Peg throws it out in front of the net. Looking for someone to tap that in. Peg sends it back to the slot. Stay looking for a fire, and even with a couple guys on him, he's still got a good shot off there. Peg, Stay, scored! You've got to cover him in that spot. There's two. The catch and release for Stay is unbelievable. What a shot, lethal weapon. And in the holiday season, Stay is guns a-blazing. Well, that's number 10 on the season for Jared Stay, his second of the game. And he is smoking. What an answer, and that's what the good clubs do. They will answer quickly. Good hit. They'll send it in, and Lipinski to Campbell. McDonald kicks it, and the Wolves are out neatly. Lapine, pass over to McNaughton, throwing it into the slot area. He was tied up in front. McDonald sends it along the wall to McNaughton. McNaughton tried a little dipsy around Watson. He didn't get all of it. Off the boards and out, and that will be a draw inside the zone. Always great action Saturday nights in the Northern Premier Hockey League. Robert Lapine with McDonald. It's a scrum draw. McNaughton. That's sent through by Rook. Knocked down by the Rangers. Watson. Backhand pass. It's the tape. Watson around the man. But they're in here. Heyman's shot and a stop by Lipinski. He'll gobble up the rebound to boot. Barry's Bay looking to go 2 games above 500. South Grenville looking to build off their big win last night against the Iron Prior Rivermen. 11-6 final that was. And the tale of the season for Barry's Bay has been redemption. Every time they lose, they come back with a big win. Looking for it again here tonight. That's back to the point. The shot through, hits a leg, goes up into the glass. The Wolves trying to bring it out. Poked off the puck, shot through. Lipinski steers that aside and out of the way of any danger. Rook tried to move it along the wall. It's his man. And the Rangers now have it. Knapp at the point. Tried to get a shot through and he can't. Knapp again. Behind the net. McKenzie couldn't knock that down. But he is in there battling. Knapp looks up ice. He couldn't get it through The big defenseman at the blue line, Chevrier. Move that in, and Wolves, under duress, will throw it down, and that's going to go 200 feet for icing. And it's this second period where the bench is on the other side of the ice. It's difficult to make a line change. And at this point, when you get hemmed inside your own zone, that's when trouble starts. And the Wolves are feeling it right now. Gilmore with Allard. I think they notice it's Stuffco. And they've also got Schroeder out there. So Grenville trying to take advantage of it. Gilmore, that errant pass. He'll send it right back inside the zone. Lipinski lays it on the boards. Stay. Interfered with his man there to try and get it out, and they will because of that play. It's a pass ahead to Peg. Tried to go back into the slot. A good defensive play will thwart that opportunity, and look like Ryan Lapine will get off there after a very long shift. They're hemmed in their own zone. Rook over to Menard. Along the wall, and he'll send that through center. Get across the blue line. Tried the toe drag, but back to the point. Menard pass over to the dot. Sitting there nice, wide open. And get pinned along into the corner. And that gets to the blue line, and it's out. Stuffco gets to the puck first. He's trying it out in front of the net. He hits, it looks like it hit Rook in front of the net. Play that along the wall, and the Rangers battling to keep it in. Gilmore. That's passed into the slot. Great defensive play there to break that up. Behind the net it goes. The Rangers really pressing in this second period early on. Rangers backpedaling now as the Wolves come in. Tried to get the shot, rolled on him. Moores throwing it out through center. And the Wolves now back in. Good play by Gallant. Ward off the forward-checking Wolves, a pair of them. By Campbell, knocks down Goodfellow. McNaughton with it, into the slot. Nice move around him, and a great save by Provost. What a pass, a beauty move, but couldn't bury it. Through a screen, deflected up, and it'll hit the mesh, and we'll have a face-off. 12:31 to go here. Second period from the Paul Yakabuski Arena in Madawaska Valley. Wolves and the Rangers have battled 37 minutes, 29 seconds. And there's a lot to go. Lapine. That's ripped back to the point by McNaughton. Rhymes attacked early. Campbell gets a nice pass over from McNaughton. Shot through a screen. Good thing that was knocked down. Rebound! And he scores! McNaughton again. That's 6 on the season, 2 on the night. He was sitting all alone. And the Wolves howl their way to a 3-goal lead. Beauty play. Nice shot by Campbell. He's got that rocket. It's hard to contain. Watson at the draw. Lose that to Lapine. Ryan sent that over to Campbell, and he is now wheeling out through the mid-ice area around everybody. Tried to get by Villard. Couldn't do it. Back over to Villard. McNaughton there, picks it up. What a move in around him, and a chance. He looked for the top shelf. It's a little hole there. The Wolves counterpunch is a pretty big one right now. Holding on to that 3-goal lead. Great defensive support there. And the Wolves will start it back up inside their own zone. Oh, long, nice pass to McDonald. He'll pick that up and stop up and wait for support. And they are changing, and none came. Watson stops at the blue line, but he just kept it onside. Watson looked into the slot. Hit a leg, went in behind the net, chipped along the wall. There's Jared Stay. Skating through center. Oh, he's around him, and a chance. A nice stop by Provost in the mask. Lapine into the slot. Again, a great save. Had to make 2 of them. Stay at the blue line. The pass over will hit Lapine. Going back to the point. The shot by Rook, and it hit the outside of the net. Back to the blue line. Rook will get another chance, but he'll send it over to Stay. Stay to Lapine. And the Rangers just look to get it out of the zone. Gets to the blue line, and that's as far as it gets. Stay tried to toe drag him. Lapine was looking for a line change. They're in, and he ripped it just over the net. Stay throws it rink wide. Lapine, McKenzie shoots it, and a stop by Provost. Back to the point. Shot through. Nice play there to put it to his forehand. He just shot it far side and wide. Backhands to Menard. He'll try and slow this down. McKenzie sees what he's trying to do, but he quickly gets it up into the slot. The shot, and Provost at the top of the blue paint. Stop that one, and he'll hold on for the whistle. Great back and great job at the other end. So is Lupensky. Draw to the right. Kicked it. What a great glove save by Provost. The lethal weapon of Jared Stay is thwarted this time. It's off one. Along the wall and back to the blue line, hit him in the mouth. Stays with the play. That pass is over. Into the slot, and he just got free, but couldn't complete it. Peg to the point to Menard, over to Rook. He'll send it down and behind the net. McKenzie. Gilmore will pick that pass off. Stufko sends that back over to Gallant. Gallant grabbed the blue line, and they're in. Gilmore shot, and a nice save by Lipinski off the heel of the stick. Stufko. Menard pinned him along with Peg on half wall here, and the Wolves are out through center. Just in front of Peg, sent back up, knocks that down, a 2-on-1, but the Wolves are back. Pack form. Stufko with the slot, tried to move it with patience. The shot there, and Lipinski comes out to challenge it, and the crowd loves that one. Well, Barry's Bay really battling here along the walls, making some beauty plays, and the South Grenville Rangers trying to counterpunch here and get back into this one with 8:59 to go, just over the halfway point of this one here in Madawaska Valley. Wolves send it out. They can't get it past the blue line. Van Leeuw, the shot through. Hits a leg. Goodfellow stripped to the puck. Pass through the center ice area. Almost picked off for the Rangers. It gets by him and down the ice. Chevrier leaves it. Goodfellow into the corner. Rips it around the wall, and the Rangers look to get out with it. That errant pass as he took a hit from Campbell as he was flying in at him. That's that play I was talking about where you're hearing footsteps. You've got to move that puck quick. Knapp to Chevrier in his own corner. He'll send that up ice. Over to Van Leeuw. Across the blue line. Drops to Goodfellow. He'll move into the slot. Goodfellow waits a little long, but he does get the shot off as he's taken down. That's going to be a trip or a hook. And they'll go back to the power play. A couple of scores around the league. Pontiac still leading 1-0. The Rockets and the Mustangs, that is the other game of the night, let me tell you. 5-4 Rockets over the Mustangs. That's in the second period. And the Ritos leading 6-1 over the Sabres. Bluebirds leading the Coyotes 1-0. And the Mariners leading the Rapids 2-0. Back to the point. It's Gallant setting up to Stufko. Sends it into the corner. But right back to Stufko. The corner again. Toe drag. Gets himself into a nice spot there for Schroeder's shot that just went short side and wide. Gilmore tried to go in behind the net. Good defensive play there. They'll ring it around the wall. Gallant will meet it at the blue line. Coming in, trying it down low by Stufko. He couldn't see it in his feet. Into the slot. What a pair of saves by Lipinski. Back to the blue line. Gallant juggled the puck there, but he will pick it up and send it into the corner. Back to him again. Two more beautiful saves by Lipinski. Holy Dinah indeed. Lapine will send it all the way down. And 1:05 to go in the power play. Ethan Lipinski comes up with 4 big saves on this penalty kill. And Gallant through center. He's had a great power play for the Rangers. Send that along the wall. Gilmore. Back into their own zone. Smith there to pick that up and send that through center. Good speed, but he was harassed. And now they're in Gallant's finding a bit of room. Snapshot. Campbell. It's him in the leg, and the hand pass is thwarted there. Smith holds on to that one, gets across the blue line, stops up. The backhand pass to the slot. It's out through center, but Stay, Mrs. Provost is out, and he'll play that up. And Stay's got to be tired. He had an excellent shift. He's got to be gassed. No, he doesn't run out of energy. McKenzie with 10 seconds, he'll send that into his own zone to Campbell. That's a nice pass up to Menard. He's looking over to Stay, but he's not open. Into the slot, and a tip pass just goes wide. Back to 5-a-side hockey. Haynes throws that over. Pass then goes up to Kearns. The Chevrier to his right, and they'll go offside. Instead of sending it over to Chevrier, tried to beat Menard at the blue line, and that'll cause a stoppage in play. The other game, the Barncats leading the Royals 2-1. I'd update you on this game, folks, but they have not updated anything on the website yet. So it just shows nothing, but I would love to give you the shot totals. Kearns at the draw. He wins that back. Sends it over to Chevrier just out of his reach. Off the boards, a rolling puck goes the length of the ice, and it's going to be an icing. .540 remaining here in the second period. 5-2 in favor of Barry's Bay. Face off to the right of Ethan Lipinski. To the point for the Rangers. That shot that hit Murphy in front, and it'll go up and into the rafters. That face off. One back. Rangers control the zone. But Ryan strips him of that, sends it around the wall. Met there with a quick, furious poke check to get it back down low. Shot, feather that one just wide. Chevrier in the corner, turning. Backhand pass to the slot. Gets up onto the glass, trying to get it back down low. A big hit on Kearns. The chance there just went wide. Chevrier pulls up a slap shot, fakes that. Looking to go back to the blue line, and the crowd's in the, and there's a chance now for a break on goal. Fake, scores! A backhand, and he puts it home, and the Wolves are up by 4. It's 6-2. What a nice play at the blue line. Wolves fans wanted a penalty, but they'll take the goal instead. Next weekend, we will be in Deserano to do the Deserano Bulldogs home game against the Durham Hawks. The Hawks wanted us on the road to have their fans be able to watch that game, and it should be a good one. It will not be live. Deserano has a rough connection in there. We'll try, as always, but we may not be able to go live from Deserano, but we are excited to be there. Let me tell you, we haven't been there in quite a while. Deserano's got a great team. Pass over. The Wolves trying to get another one. I was saying, if they get early goals, the Wolves sometimes can bunch them together and really start rolling. And 6 goals through the first 35 minutes and change of this one. Off to the right of Provost, and he has not had really much of a chance on any of the 6 goals. He's done a great job in net for the Rangers. That's back to the point. Over to Lapine. Sends it down low. Tried to chip that out in front of the net, and he can't. Goes back to the blue line. Sent back into the corner. Nice lift by McNaughton. Couldn't get it to go, so he makes a nice play to Lapine. The low, hard slap shot. And a hook there. Andrew McDonald has been a pest in front of that net tonight, let me tell you what. Oh, and he just throws his stick into the corner. You gotta love that. He can really get under the skin of the opponent. And he's doing a great job of that one early on. Draw to the right of Provost. When Wolves go back to the power play. Not great numbers through the season, but they have been electric with their opportunities in this game. That hits a foot and comes all the way back to the Wolves zone. I mean, when you look up and you see you've got Robert Lapine, you've got Cody McNaughton, you've got Devin Campbell, Jared Stay, and is that, yeah, Menard in the slot there, or McKenzie, and he couldn't put that home. Stay ripped it high, and he scored! There's the hat trick. Jared Stay putting on a show indeed. Holy Dinah. Jared Stay with that third goal of the night. He's now got 11 on the season. Pardon? 7.
Then I missed it.
It's hard to keep track of them all, isn't it? Menard back over to Devin Campbell. That pass up to Peg. Good thing he touched it, negates the icing. Provost sends it in behind the net. Great forecheck by McKenzie. Sends it back to the point. Sends a shot through off the glass and around to Menard to the other side. Stay trying to keep it in at the blue line, and he can't. Campbell in his own zone. Sure-footed as a mountain goat back there. Nice play to get around a man. Throws it around to Menard again. Chipped it along the wall, trying to get it out, and they will, just systematically getting it out of their own zone. Across the blue line. Looking to move into the corner. And a great defensive play by the Rangers. Sent up to Goodfellow. Throw it rink wide and almost knocked down by Jared Stay. It gets down into the zone. That's going to be an icing. And they'll bring it back into the South Grenville zone. Well, Barry's Bay's big crowd here getting treated to an excellent hockey game early on. Back to the point, shot through, looking for the redirect, and he can't get it. Shot again, and a nice save by Provost. That's in the slot. Stay looking for it. Jacob Stay going to backhand that in, and out through center. He's knocked down to the seat of his pants. Braden Morris had a good rush going, and they're in on a 3-on-3 chance. The drop pass now. Snap shot, and he fired it far side and wide. Provost come out to challenge it. That's into the slot area there. Backhand. That'll hit Stuffco. Across the blue line and in. Stuffco tried to throw it to the slot area. He's knocked down there. Big hit. Oh, what a hit in the corner that was. That's knocked down. Stuffco slot. Pass over on the doorstep, and Lipinski up to the challenge to keep it 7-2. Shot. What another great save. The last 6 saves by Lipinski have all been 10-bellers. Smith around him. He walks in, throwing it into the slot. Chance for Stuffco. And the Wolves are tired. Guaranteed, they are gassed right now. Rangers trying to take advantage of that. They'll get it out to center, but the bench is being on the other side right now. Difficult to make a change. Stuffco, you can see they're backing up. Not Wolves defense. He shoots and scores. And number 24, Tanner Schroeder. Another, that of their 3 goals, 2 of them have been when the Wolves were hemmed in their own zone, and the Rangers take advantage of it. Smart thing to do for the Rangers as they notice it's been a while, and the Wolves just can't get their feet moving anymore, and they capitalize on their opportunity. 7-3 with 58 and 4/10 remaining here in the second period. Kearns wins that draw back, and Murphy tries to send it in. He's met there by Quentin Rook. Around the wall to the other side. Quentin hits his man, and it gave his bell a little ring. It's a lag, and Lapine send that back into his own zone. Lapine again through the mid-ice area. Allard ripped wide, chipped out through center. Murphy over to Kearns. Kearns can't make that happen. They'll try it again. 17 remaining. One last push here. Lapine flips it out through center. Allard in his own zone. Sends it cross ice to Smith. Smith curls back behind the net. 4 seconds remaining, and we're going to go to the third period with the Wolves leading at 7-3 after 40 minutes. We'll be back shortly with Bulls Best and an epic battle between two soon-to-be rivals, the Barry's Bay Wolves and the South Grenville Rangers. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll be right back.
We're through 40 minutes here at the Paul Yakabuski Arena, and it's time for Bulls Best after the second period. And the out-of-town scoreboard this evening is the Albertson Killer Bees with a 4-0 win. Really great game for them. They've been really flying this season, just not getting the results that they've been wanting. 5-4 win lead right now with the Rockets. Scored 2 is the Akwesasne Wild looking to upset the Grenville Pontiacs, who are sitting at 7-1. The Ritos with a 6-2 lead over the Sabres. 2 goals and assists for Leeson and Graham Brown. Goal and assist for that one. 2-0 lead for the Mariners over Putnam Falls, and a 3-1 lead for Lindsay over the Royals right now. 7-3 for Barry's Bay over the South Grenville Rangers. And next weekend, as I say, Durham and Deserano will have that game. It's been a great battle, folks, so stick around for the third period. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
We're back, what should be, as always, an epic final here at the Paul Yakabuski Arena in front of an incredible crowd, as always, for the Barry's Bay Wolves as they look to continue to build a rivalry. And there's them coming out, and I'll tell you, folks, that's got to be one of the secret weapons for this club, is this fan base. The young lads sit right here and wait for the tunnel. Fist bumps all around, and everybody involved in it.
Just a great atmosphere, folks. For us, it's about a 3-hour drive from Kingston, but if you can get out here to a game here in Madawaska Valley, you are in for a treat. This game is
is it not working?
There we go.
This game is sponsored by Nolan's Plumbing. They are a big sponsor of the Barry's Bay Wolves. I just wanted to give a shout out, and with sponsors like that, I mean, they have a ton of them here in Barry's Bay, but without sponsors like that, these teams, you know, makes it incredibly difficult for them to keep everything going and keep the lights on and keep the guys on the ice.
I added the lineup in
Yeah, and the projected lineup has Oasis Fuels on it as well. They're another massive sponsor, and you know, it's really nice seeing local sponsors come to the forefront for these teams and give them the support that they so much deserve. And for James and myself, our job is just to show you and give you the best experience on a low budget, but trying to give small towns the big hockey experience that they deserve. If you can't be here at the rink, we try and bring it to you in your home living room. So another great period here in front of a great crowd, and they're just waiting for the South Grenville Rangers to jump on the ice. I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but they're all ready, and here we go. Provost probably just doing up his last skate there, and he's ready to rock and roll. Out come the South Grenville Rangers, looking to put on an outstanding comeback, down 4 goals. They scored one late in that second period. They're down right now 7-3 to the Barry's Bay Wolves. And again, folks, get ready for the Outlaw Tournament. April 24th to May the 2nd. That'll be incredible. And out there in Smith Falls, James and I will be on hand for hopefully every single day of that and bring it to you live. Pretty sure it's the top 8 teams. And we'll see what kind of final we have. Barry's Bay and South Grenville. Stay's got 3 goals. McNaughton has got a couple of goals on the evening, looking for his third. Shot through, and that's redirected and just goes wide of the net. And back the other way as here comes Stay looking for 4. Stay, a shot. Provost had to be good, but Peg on the doorstep pounds it home, and it's 8-3 Barry's Bay. They come out electric. They did that in the second period as well. And this crowd is just loving it. What a shot. Jared Stay, he's got such a great shot. It's hard to contain. And there was a good example of it right there, just rifling it on goal. And the rebound sat there for Peg, and he popped it home. The backhand pass from McKenzie, chipped in by Peg. And Provost in behind his own net. Good forecheck by Jared Stay, almost caused a turnover. That pass goes up the neutral zone, and it's picked off by Ryan, but the Rangers will take it back in, sending it in behind the net. Looking for a hit there by Campbell, and that was a big one. Pinned along the wall, Rangers digging, but 2 Rangers could not take the puck off Brett McKenzie. Just goes to show you how tough he is with the puck and along that wall. That's chipped in onto the far side, stays there. Trying to get it low as they're getting a line change for Barry's Bay. Along to the near side here. Rook, he'll send that around the boards. Stay knocked down. He's at the end of a long shift, 1:20 into this one. Stuffco in his own zone. Moves out through center. Schroeder stayed on side as Stefko comes in on the outside wing. Throws it out in front, and there's just 2 Wolves there standing to defend the cage. Andrew McDonald in the corner. He walks out with it. McDonald trying to go around Watson or Murphy, and he goes into the corner, banging. Throwing it back to the point. No, McNaughton. It juggled on him. This time he goes over to the far side. He'll throw it on net. Was Menard hit a foot, went into the corner. Way up in the air. Rook finds that before it got too far. McNaughton sending it around the net to the near side here. Rook, he'll throw it back on net. It hits a leg and goes into the corner. You hear the buzz of the crowd. They've been treated to quite a hockey game by their beloved Wolves. Sent back around the net by McDonald's there, but he's pinned along the wall. Kearns waiting for some support. Gallant was there just in time. That's sent down the ice by Hames. Rook. They're trying to turn this around fast. Lapine sending it up into the feet of McNaughton. He's a little gassed as well. He's had a pretty long shift, but they don't run out of batteries. You can tell they're a bit tired, but they keep giving 150% effort. Bodied along the wall there. And the Rangers looking to bring it out. Good pull check there. Provost comes out to support, chip it into the corner. He fanned on that one in his own zone. Lapine dumps that back in. And the Rangers try to move it out through center now. There's Goodfellow. The shot on. Lopensky steers that aside. The tough play on that angle, let me tell you. Goodfellow gives his guy a little swat. Looks into the slot area. And Leu was there. But so was Rook. And as the 50-50's called, just want to mention again, Nolan's Plumbing, sponsor for this game for the Barry's Bay Wolves. Morris with Van Leu behind him, gets it right back to him, and Chevrier there. Instead of shooting it on net, he fired it around as Morris was there and looked for the wrap. But Lopensky is there to shut the door. And that's going to go 200 feet for an ice. We should find out where Barry's Bay gets their pizza. We'll order one after the game. Draw to the left of Ethan Lopensky. Back to the point for Allard. Shoot that through a screen, and Lopensky there will make the save, and he'll hold on for the whistle. Lopensky in that second period. This score could actually be 8-6 right now, maybe 8-7. There was 6 10-bell saves he made straight in a row. And any one of those goes in, it changes the complexion of this game. Jared Stay just wheeling through center. And like a bull terrier, trying to knock his man off the puck, but couldn't do it. Devin Campbell backpedaling into his own zone. Turn. Sift that along the wall. It's a stick. Knocks it down as Stay. The sift pass over to McKenzie. The shot hits the bar and stayed out to the blue line and out to the mid-ice area. McKenzie, and it'll go offside. Boy, oh boy. Looked like it hit the post mesh and out, but that stayed out.
I thought it went in.
Yeah, me too. I think the Wolves did too. If it was a closer game, they might have contested it a little bit. Went up here to the video goal judge and seen if it was a goal or not, but right now it stays at an 8-3 score. Ryan sends that over to Devin Campbell, and he'll drill that in behind the net. Provost can't handle it. Gallant off the wall. Stuffco trying to get it past Ryan, and he can't. The neutral zone. McKenzie pass over to Devin Campbell. Fans I was talking to in the second intermission say Campbell reminds him of Bobby Orr, how he can streak down the ice with blazing speed, and even if he turns it over, he's back inside their own zone before they can do any damage. McKenzie didn't see the referee there until the last second. He was knocked off stride, and that's going to go into the Wolves zone. Ryan, Stuffco chasing him, will move it along the wall, and they'll get out through center. Across the blue line, a little drop pass to McKenzie. He'll move in and snap a shot. Goes just wide. Sends it back in front of the net. It's a stick. Schroeder drills it around the wall. Lopensky out to play it. Lopensky, a smart play as Campbell called for it on the far side for us. McNaughton can't move it. Nice play there by Gilmore. Stuffco and Lopensky as it hit Campbell, redirected right to him. And he made a nice save there and held on for the whistle. To the point, shot. That hit McNaughton, bodied his man, and so they're able to get it out through center. McDonald took 2 of them to take him down, send it in behind the net. Looking back to the point, no, McNaughton fakes him out, tried to throw it to Lapine. Couldn't complete the play on that. Thrown up through center, into Murphy's feet. Off the wall, Chevrier knocked that back up to Murphy. He was hit by Rook, but he was able to get it inside the zone. Lipinski sends it around the wall. Having a little bit of a jostling fest there with Hames. McDonald knocks his man down, and that's going to be 2 minutes for interference. A little bit of a bump there. The referee thought it was good enough for a penalty, and I'll tell you, the referees up here in the stands did not agree with that one. They're having actually a little bit of a chuckle on the way to the penalty box. McDonald wanted an explanation. The ref's going, what do you want me to tell you? Holy Dinah, it was right where the puck was. He's chuckling right at center ice. That was really funny. Holy. Face off and a scrum fest for Kearns, and he won it. He's looking out in front to Hames. He'll send it back along the half wall to Murphy. He's all tied up in knots. To Kearns, his feet. Knocked off the puck, but he gets right back to it. Looking to the point. No, that's not Chevrier. I thought it was. Number 7 into the slot. Far side now to Kearns. Back to Gallant. He's got Smith on the right side here. Smith shoots it, but a great defensive play by Lapine. Gallant. And that's sent up the ice. And in a good foot race for it, but Provost faked out the forechecker, and Smith was smarts for that. He'll get through center. Smith head up the whole way, thank goodness. Rook was on him. Shot, and Lipinski out at the top of the blue paint makes easy work of that one. That's one. Stuffco back to the blue line. Start this power play up with 59 seconds remaining. Stuffco, nice move around him. Looking back into the slot. Gilmore over. Tip play. And the Wolves will send it along the wall to the blue line, but it's kept in. Ryan leaves it for Stay. Stay will rip that up into the ceiling, and it'll be brought back down inside the Barry's Bay zone. Well, Jared Stay, what a night for him tonight. My goodness, 3 goals. Leading goal scorer for the Wolves. That'll give him 11 on the season. Stuffco, that pass over to Knapp. Hopped on him. Sent down behind the net. A sick play there. Looking to the point. Ryan. And Knapp. Into the half wall shot, and it hit him in the, like it hit him in the shoulder, but it sounded like the stick. Gilmore turning at the blue line. Gets it down low. Chance back. Gilmore, and rolled on him. And they'll whistle it down the ice. And that should kill the rest of this power play for the South Grenville Rangers. Stuffco is up and in through center. Chevrier will backhand that one in as Campbell was all over him. Stuffco looking to the slot. They tried to throw it back into the mid-ice there. Couldn't do it. Point chance. Knapp shot, and a great save by Lipinski. Stuffco couldn't knock him off the puck. As the Wolves move out to center, they got a 2-on-1. McNaughton, nice move, toe drag, trying to get around Knapp defensively, and knocks him down. The puck squirts out in front of the net. McNaughton on the seat of his pants, flipped it back down into the Wolves zone. They're letting him know that it's not an ice. As McNaughton trying to get it back to the blue line. He was knocked down and wasn't happy about it behind the net. That's flipped in, and it's going to hit the mesh. And they'll call that dead. Yeah, if you notice on the ice, and it's actually, you haven't been able to notice it, is They have one linesman tonight and two officials, two referees. And I thought this game was really very smooth. Haven't seen any missed calls, but number 91 in these zebra stripes has really done an incredible job. I'm sure that he can make as many calls as he can. Face off. One for the Rangers. Chip down into the Wolves zone. Menard to McDonald. He can't move that fast enough as Smith pinches in at the blue line. Van Liu trying to send that out in front of the net. Menard picks that off, sends it up to the mid-ice area. McNaughton chip pass over to the Lapine. And on his horse now to get after that is Gallard. The Wolves playing smart hockey here. Halfway point of the third period. Got to control this lead. Blue line, half ball, kept in, shot. Good read there by Rook. Take that chance away for the Rangers. Flipped out through center. McDonald trying to race after it, and he can't get there in time. It's going to go for an icing. Well, Barry's Bay winning the Kraft Hockeyville back in 2006. And they did a great job on this arena. It looks fantastic. We do hope one day. And that'll be it for Lipinski. They're going to put in Sean Green for the last 10 minutes of this period. Did a great job. Hopefully they'll be hardwired here and all over the Northern Premier Hockey League at some point. And none of our games will ever be anything but live. A good diving play there by McNaughton. A little bit of mass gouging here. We have ourselves a Donnybrook. The tough part of that is they both have cages on. Watson trying to get his cage off to get the fight going, and I don't know if there is a call for grabbing the cage, but I'm not rightly sure what else you do in that situation.
Usually not a bad fight.
Say it again?
Not a bad fight.
No, it wasn't bad. I was saying that it's tough when they have a cage on. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Let me see who it was. I don't know who the fighter was for. I didn't see the number for the Wolves there. Looks like, I think it's Rook.
That's the first flip I've ever seen in a fight.
Yeah, that was something else. And the Wolf hockey player had Watson. He had an advantage because he took his cage off first, but then Watson just flipped him right over his back. Pretty good fight indeed there, boy. We'll get you all caught up around the league now. Still the second period, and the Rockets leading the Mustangs. That rivalry stands the test of time. It's 5-4 in the second period, 3-3 Wild and the Pontiacs, 7-2 Ritos over the Sabres, and the Bluebirds leading the Coyotes 3-2. Mariners over the Rapids 3-1. That some really great games around the league tonight. The Lindsay Barncats leading the Wellington County Royals 6-4. And that is in the second period. Standing ovation for Quentin Rook. He had a great game tonight. Watson as well. He didn't get the standing ovation, but he... Face off to the right. of green. We'll get back to hockey. 9:44 to go. 8-3 lead for the Wolves. Menard in behind his own net. Pass. A reach over to Lapine. Up to McDonald. Sends that in behind the net. Provost comes out to shut that down. Goes back to the point to Lapine. Back to where it came. Rolled on him. Right through center. Off the wall. Just out in front of him, and that's going to go all the way down for an icing. Long schedule still left for Barry's Bay. They have not hit the halfway point yet. This is only their 8th game of the season. They look to go 5-3 on the year, and we'll have 3 of their first, I think it's actually 3 of their first 3 games in January. They look to try and get in on the January 10th game as well. I appreciate it. Andrew McDonald, Summers, and Campbell and company, Robin, all you guys and gals, we really appreciate the support, and we love doing these games, and we really appreciate you guys scheduling us to do your games. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. You always are so welcoming when we come, and it's always great to see you guys and gals. Big time. Great fan base as well. Gallant trying to pass that out in front to Gilmore. Hits a foot in front of the net. Sends that up the ice, just over his stick. Go down. Chevrier will pick that one up to Gilmore. That's in behind the back, but he's out. And speeding is Tulin. He's knocked off the puck. Ryan sends it in behind the net to Campbell, and he can't pick that off. It was too hot to handle. Knapp sends it in. Campbell turns, throws it back to the point. Rangers pressing here. Shot off the outside of the net. Good hit there. An evasive play there as well by Kearns. He's had a great game for the Rangers tonight as well. Number 61 for South Grenville. Will go in behind the net. Campbell. Murphy hit just as he touched that puck. Kearns came after Campbell. Campbell gave him a what's for. Campbell hit him for the 3rd time in the corner. And they might be up by 5, but Devin Campbell does not see it that way. And now he's wheeling out from behind his own net. The pass hits Stay in flight. Jared Stay coming into the corner now. Stay looking back to the point. It'll reach. Shot. And it blew his stick into 2 pieces. There's $275 down the drain right there, let me tell you. And a treat for you, next week's game, James Bull will have the headset on and be doing color commentating. He just wanted to render that video, and then we had the problems with the internet and hoping to get that up. So next week we'll have him doing that, guaranteed. And he's excited to do it too. He's practicing this week. Smith in behind the net. He'll chip that up to Stuffco, but he's being harassed by Brett McKenzie. Stay into the slot. Peg looking to pound that home, and he couldn't. That pass up to the neutral zone. I'll tell you, I noticed Barry's Bay's lineup, and I mean last season their playoff run, you know, Stay, McKenzie, were that shot, and that is a great save there, was a big part of their offense, and of course their defense with Campbell and whatnot as well. But they adding McNaughton and Menard as well on the defensive end. But Sinclair, they're missing him tonight. Ethan Pegg up front has done an incredible job. They have really upped their offensive game if it even needed it. And there's a trip, and that's going to be a penalty to the South Grenville Rangers. Green heads to the bench. It's going to be 2 minutes with 6:10 remaining here in the 3rd period. It's one of my favorite hockey songs, this one, when it's like 2-2, really close game. Tsunami is what it's called. I don't have this on my playlist because I would blow the speakers in the car, and there's no way I could turn it down, so I don't even have it. I know my limit. I play within it. Pass back to the point to Campbell. Campbell to the half wall to Lapine. Lapine walks in, sends that to McNaughton. An incredible addition to this hockey club, that McNaughton, my goodness. Looking back to Campbell. Stay turning on his man, back to Campbell, just out of his reach. But there's Lapine, a very smooth skater, and didn't look like he was making a lot of effort, but he doesn't have to. He has really long, strong strides. Look at him gliding through the neutral zone. Nice move in, little toe drag. Tried to get by him, and he does, but Provost had to make a nice save on that one. There's Devin Campbell, who flies at 200 miles an hour through the neutral zone, and then Lapine, who gets the same result, but he just glides like Lemieux. It's beautiful. Into the corner, McNaughton, back to McKenzie. McKenzie was a big part of that playoff. McNaughton, the shot, and Provost stops that with the knob of his stick. Yes, indeed, that close, James. And that's about 4 quarters stacked on top of each other. 1 minute exactly remaining here in the power play for the Wolves. Looking to go back to the point. Lapine slips that one over to Campbell. Campbell walking in, shoots it, and it just hit the outside of the post. And Provost had to be good on that one. This is going to start something. Somebody whacked Provost as they went for the puck, and I think they gave him a little swat in the mask, and Provost wasn't happy. The defense isn't happy, but the crowd loves it, and that's all that matters. Yeah, James is definitely loving that Zoom. Gets a lot of great stuff on there.
I hate the beep.
I want to try and figure out, there's got to be a way to turn that off and to turn this on, because that doesn't make any sense that you can't turn that window on.
It is fun.
I know, but imagine if you could just look straight into that, right? It'd be so much better. For you, like, you know. Well, there's a lot of hollering going on. Oh, they wanted the face-off outside the zone. Yeah. Not exactly sure why that would be. It was covered by the goalie. There's no penalty, but it is outside the zone. 4 minutes 57 remaining here in the third period. 45 seconds left in the power play. Barry's Bay fans, they are treated to some incredible hockey every game they come to this arena, and this is no different. In behind the net. Looking back to the point. Rifles it across the blue line. Campbell, the toe drag. And he'll turn it back again. Back over, and McNaughton. What a shot, and a great save by Provost. Over now, Stay. He's got that rifle on the right side. Back to Campbell. Campbell. Well, there's no danger there. He's so fast. Watson. Oh, and a good body there by Devin Campbell. And a penalty coming up. Going to be 2 minutes to Campbell, I think. Campbell knocking his man down. I think it's interference. Yeah, it's interference. It's right on that borderline, and the ref made the right call. That'll give the South Grenville Rangers a power play in the late stages of this one, with 4 seconds remaining on the South Grenville Rangers penalty, and we'll get almost a 2-minute power play to come down to the final 2 minutes of this third period. Rook knew the time. He waited, sends it up, and it will not be an icing because of it. Just out of the reach of Smith. Smith, he went back and got it, and now he is speeding out through center and stops up. Number 8, terrific defenseman. Gallant straddles that blue line. Looking across ice, and a good defensive play there. Thwarts that opportunity. Smith at the blue line, ripped it. Good block in front of that net by Pegg. Smith, oh, he tried to go through the mid-ice area there. Couldn't connect. And that gets sent all the way back down into the zone of the Rangers. Kearns. Sent back. I'm telling you, Smith, he is got so much endurance and strength, but that's knocked out through center. Opportunity here. They got a way for him to get off the ice. Stuffcoal over to Kearns. Kearns cross that blue line. No, he's got to wait up. Barry's Bay holding their own on this penalty kill. Trying to sift it in behind the net. Kearns. There's Ryan, giving him all he can handle. Stuffcoal looking across the middle of the net there, and he couldn't do it, and they'll send it out and down the ice. The mid-ice area now for Stuffcoal. Some of the fans for South Grenville now leaving to get ahead of the traffic. Mid-ice area, 2:15 to go here in the third period. Gilmore through the mid-ice area and down into the zone. Sean Green, he'll send that off the glass. Gilmore meets that there first. Sent around to the wall. We'll get to the blue line. Chevrier send that down into the corner. And the Wolves will move out through center. Menard dropping it into Pag. He couldn't get the shot off. And his stick snaps into two pieces. Gilmore. The mid-ice area, he's being harassed like crazy from Menard. He's had an excellent game tonight too, number 22 for the Barry's Bay Wolves. $1.25 remaining here in the third period. Devin Campbell in his own zone. Trying to wind down the clock. Get ready for next weekend as well, folks. We'll highlight it on the Facebook page. James is thinking of getting a Instagram page for the program as well, and that's really smart. Maybe we can get that done this week, eh, James? Big time. Nodding his head. Shot down. Mid-ice area. Gilmore around him. The shot stopped by Green, and another one stopped by Green.
I don't remember I can't remember a single time we've ever seen a third period without a goal.
Wasn't it 7-3 coming into this period? No, it was 8-3, yeah. Wow, yeah, that's crazy. Just everything stopped. Wanted to give a little shout out to some of the players I thought did an excellent job tonight. Christian Knapp, David Chevrier for South Grenville. Also add along to that Van Liu, he was great. Gallant, good fellow. Schroeder, he was a big impact player for them. Stuffco, of course, he was excellent, as he is every game. Gilmore, and for Barry's Bay, got to give it to, of course, Lipinski was incredible. Campbell, Ryan, Jacob, and Jared Stay. Enright, Ethan Pegg was incredible tonight. He really did an incredible job. Brett McKenzie, Quentin Rook, and also Nolan Rook, both very difficult to play against, big time. Robert Lapine, as I said, Cody McNaughton, he's really cementing his name into the Barry's Bay fan base, let me tell you. Another incredidy game here from the Paul Yakabuski Arena as the Barry's Bay Wolves improved to 23-4 at their home arena. Just quickly, the scoreboard. 6-4 Rockets over the Mustangs. That's in the third. 3-3 still tied Wild and the Pontiacs. 9-2 Sabres down by the Ritos so far. 3-2 Bluebirds over the Coyotes. Third, Mariners up 4-2. Barncats leading the Royals 6-4, and the crowd gives them the salute as they come off the ice. And a huge win again, and an 8-3 win over the South Grenville Rangers. Well, it's always a treat coming out to Madawaska Valley, and this was no different. The fans are incredible, and we really appreciate all the support from Barry's Bay and their brass. Great to see you. Great to see you too. We'll see you. Yes, indeed. You too. Great fan base, a great organization, and their club, as you've seen it here tonight, they're a great hockey club as well, and they really put on a show right to the bitter end. Lipinski started the first 50 minutes of the game, and then they switched, and Green played great as well, and it was an all-around effort. And you know, they keep that rolling still with the, you betcha, we'll see you soon. Good game. And still, nobody's able to beat them back-to-back games. And Barry's Bay showing their crowd and their faithful that, you know, we are here for the championship this time. And with this club, you never know, they could do it. But it's a tough league. And again, next weekend, Durham, Deserano. Look for us on Facebook, YouTube, and James will be getting up the Instagram page here right shortly as well. So for James, have anything to say, James?
Like, subscribe, and share, and thank you for watching.
You betcha, 100% from Nolan's Plumbing. And for NPHL Central, for James Bowl and myself, we love bringing you these games, and we hope that you love it as much as we do. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Bye for now.